last time in F1 2018 career mode. 5 red lights and we're underway for the Austrian Grand Prix, who goes for a drives right behind us and hits us in the back. But here we are, making a mistake with just 2 laps to go. Lewis Hamilton, our teammate, is your race winner as we now come over the line to take home a podium, which is not to be sad about. We lost the footage of Q1, but oh well, we have Q2, so like that fucking matters. Hello everyone, my name is Nyam Nyam Nyam, and today we're back at the F1 2018 career mode, jumping straight into Q2. Because we lost the footage from Q1, I tried everything to recover. That's also why this video is quite delayed. I tried everything to recover because when I jumped into Q2, it kept crashing on me. I reinstalled the mods and everything. It had quite a bit of problem, but eventually we made it past the problem, and now we're here in Q2. Needs we have some problems with the Haas. First one, they overtake us, and now they're blocking the road. Roman Grosjean. Excuse me, what the fuck was he doing? I mean, you look here on ball, right? Grosjean also blocked his teammate up at one point, so I don't know if Magnussen was on a hard lap, but you can see right there Magnussen goes past while Grosjean is on a cooldown lap, and he blocks us. I mean, that would probably have been a penalty in real life, but because this is a fucking game, that won't happen. Fun fact, this is actually the first lap I've done on F1 2018 with my new wheel. So I had to map a lot of things just in the start-finish straight, which I paused in flashback and stuff like that. So this was the first lap that we did with the new wheel. It's fastest, but that's only for now. So we continue because I don't believe 25 will be enough for a good time. There, Hamilton fucking beat it with half a second, so not really surprised. So we've only had our outlap really to adapt to this new wheel. So. But oh well, it's not like the force feedback is very different. It's only the handle, which I've gotten used to now with Project Cars 2. So, coming over the start finish rate, we go fastest now for Q2, which eventually is quite good. We dropped to second place again, right behind our teammates. So quite instantly on the pace, which is quite nice. So. We settle into the wheel quite quickly. I mean, it's not really a big change. As I said, it's only the amount of buttons and where it sits. So it's not like it's a very big change. But oh well, still just have to get used to it, which we did in the outlap kind of. So here we are on another hat lap. We go for the run on pole position. You can see here we come out of the final corner, turn on the DRS, and there we go over the line to get a 124.8, which is not as fast as we did in the first session. So. We keep it on for another lap because I don't believe that will be too good. Going into the third corner here, you break down to third gear. I want to get on the third because you go into the next section where you break down to second gear, and eventually just want to get on the throttle out of turn 5 into turn 6 we go, and so we continue. This section, Maggots and Beggots, the wildest section maybe on the calendar. It's just wild. I mean, when you get this right, it's probably one of the most satisfying 3-5 corners on the calendar in the whole world, and I know everyone knows that. Everyone has a certain love to Silverstone, or if they don't have to the track, they have to the atmosphere. Here we are coming around the final corner, trying to grab pole, but there you can see we're not on pace. We're 1.5 tenths off, and eventually we dropped down to 3 tenths off our teammate. So when it came to it, we didn't really have the pace to challenge our teammate, but it's enough for second place, of course. In performance, we jumped them by quite a bit. We're actually quite close to falling down to third place, but we didn't, which is of course what's positive, and that's what we need to take in mind. Jumping into the race here, it's time for the British Grand Prix. This was the place where the first race was ever driven back in I don't remember, back in the Stone Age, I think, a long time ago. It's going to be overcast for the start of the race. It's going to kind of clear up a little bit more towards sunny weather, just a little bit more at the end of the race, but it's not really a big change. Silverstone circuit, located in Great Britain. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this. Some people call it the home of motorsport, and oh well, it is a nice place and a very nice atmosphere, and I could agree to that. It's definitely the home of Formula 1 because a lot of the teams are based here as well, actually. Taking a look at the starting grid, Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position. We're right beside him. In second place, you can see we go down the grid, a long way down the grid. Then you have the top 3 teams, which are kind of close, of course. They're quite a far bit ahead of everyone else, so well, not really an interesting thing. So, race strategy to one stop, as it always is here in Silverstone. Soft to medium. If other people are doing other strategies, it is the medium to the soft. There's no one going onto the hards. I hope so, unless they crash early. But here we are on the grid, lap number 1 out of 26. It's 5 red lights, and we're underway for the British Grand Prix in season 5. Hamilton gets a great getaway. We get a terrible one as we go into the first corner. The home hero out in front has already pulled out the gap, literally right off the line. Of course, we just had to get used to it because the clutch is the clutch was located somewhere else. I mean, I have to find some excuse. I mean, I drive a racing car, so I have to find some excuse for that. So clean race done, actually. Radion. I was about to say Radion, actually, wasn't I? I know that's a dead meme, but instantly the venting of Max Verstappen right behind us as we're about to settle into the race. Let's just see if we can keep position. Hamilton, he's pulling out already. He has a great start, so I don't see why the home fans shouldn't cheer up and make him get some kind of boost and be absolutely unbeatable as he is sometimes in real life, at least. Of course, this is a game show. Might not really be the same, sadly. But as we said, clean race start. We have to get into this, get into a good, nice pace with this wheel. Which we don't, because we just cut the shit out of that corner. And we have to get into a good, nice rhythm. Rhythm, that's what it's called, because it is a new wheel. So you just have to find the right rhythm in it, and then you'll be able to kind of find it quickly, you know, that kind of stuff. Lewis Hamilton continues to the lead after the first lap of this Silverstone Grand Prix. I think the English people are very, very happy now for him to lead. Of course, we have Norris as well, who's also an Englishman, and George Russell, who is in this race. So coming over to the first lap, only one lap until DRS gets enabled. Going into the first corner, very quick corner. Of course, we have to spare a bit of the soft tires because we have to see how long we can make it until we change onto the mediums, and eventually, hopefully, we can keep them along not too long. We'll keep him until lap 10 in terms of our strategy, which is eventually what we'll do. You can see right behind us, you have people battling now. We aren't battling with anyone, but the guys behind there, Vettel locks up, which allows Charles Leclerc to get alongside him and eventually get the run of him out of that corner. So the people behind are battling, which might allow us to hit the gap, get the gap going, and get it up to some numbers that get them out of the DRS as that gets enabled very soon. Magnussen, Beckett still, actually at this point it is enabled because we're in lap number 5 out of 26. So halfway through our first stint, not a very long stint, but oh well, that's how it is. Hamilton's dominating in the lead, like, he's just pulling out so far. We can't follow him, really. Behind us, you have the two Red Bulls going side by side through the first corner. They go side by side. They come down to turn 3, still side by side. Let's hope that does not go wrong, because that will be kind of sad life for them. Eventually, one of them ends up winning over the other one. I don't really see which one, and oh well, like I freaking care. It's not our battle. A couple of corners later, they keep on battling again. As you can see, Max Verstappen tries to go for the outside move down a turn, whatever the fuck that is. But Pierre Gasly won't allow that because he wants the good amount of points that he now wants. Here we are on lap number 10, coming into the pits now for the medium tire strategy. There's not been a lot of stuff happening in the first part of this race, but hopefully the last part will be a bit more exciting. We speed it up, and it sounds like a V12 car from the good old days. So, well, we can just speed all of the footage up, and then it will hopefully sound a bit better. Coming out of the pits now, it's time to get onto a medium time, which eventually will be a bit less squippy, but they will be fresh. So, excuse me, they will be fresh. They will be fresh. So we will just about have the same amount of grip. They're of course a bit less grippy, but they're fresh, so they will still have, as they get up to temperature, they will still have kind of the same grip, but not the same. They won't have the same mechanical grip, but they'll have the same downforce grip. Is that what you call it? I don't really know. But we continue on here. This is us, yes. Behind Hamilton, who's still going out because, of course, he's on the medium as well. I think he's doing medium soft strategy, or maybe he just hasn't pitted in. I'm reading on the wake now. Fastest lap of the race we do now on the mediums, which shows that they have a lot of pace, which might show that new mediums, of course, they could follow up with the other softs there, another fastest lap. So this shows that new mediums are faster than softs, or maybe also because of the fuel. So now we get the message that Sebastian Vettel is out of the race, and there's a virtual safety car out on track. So Quite interesting there. We don't have it on board other than from a couple of Renaults. You can see that's actually not Vettel. That's one of the Red Bulls that's pulled over to the side. Also Roman Grosjean there, but that's just an engine fail. I don't know what happened with Vettel, to be honest. I don't know what happened with him, and we didn't get a message for who that was, but one of the Red Bull guys, I believe. So that's 2 cars out of the running. So some of the midfield teams could really score some good points. I'm looking at Hulkenberg at the moment because he's running 5th place. So he might be able to get home some good points today if he'll be able to complete the race. From the lead now, Charles Leclerc pitting in. Which, of course, he's on the soft now, so he'll be pushing at the end. We'll come out in front of him, but he'll be pushing right here at the end of the race and maybe actually catch up to us. With 10 laps remaining now, which makes sense because that's how long time we ran our soft tyres as well. Quickly with Charles Leclerc catching up behind us. He's very, very quickly catching up. He's like a rocket behind us. And if we want to keep him behind for the last 10 laps, we really have to do some hard defensive driving. We have to do some defensive driving that kicks some fucking ass, because we have to keep him behind for 10 laps. It's much more grip, but I decided at this point that I wanted to go Kevin Magnussen style. I wanted to do everything to keep this position, whether it was cause big controversy and stuff like that. Wanted to do everything, even worse than Kevin Magnussen. You can take the apex, push him out there, and literally, I literally thought that, oh well, it would have to be over my dead body that he'd have to get past us. So that's how we'll defend him. With 7 laps to go at this point, he's going for the outside move down the turn, whatever the fuck this is, 7 or something like that. We do the same move, we just push him out. We don't want to give him any space on this track, because he won't getting past us very soon, this guy. Move on to lap 20, he's much more pace than us. He's going for the outside move, or the inside move, but eventually cut him off and leave him no space right there. He's actually going for the outside, yeah. So he just tried. We moved over to the side to take the full racing line. Had a bit of contact. If this will end up in punctures, well, we know that it'll be our fault because we're doing it. But oh well, we're taking the risk on this. So oh well, that's sad. That's how it is. You can see we have a lot more downforce than him. He has a lot more straight line speed than us. So kind of makes for an interesting battle, an interesting way to try and keep him behind. And you can see he's right behind us. There's a lot of time down the start-finish straight. I don't understand how these guys can be so maniac to go for the moves into the first corner. I mean, it's a flat-out corner that turns quite a bit into the other side afterwards. So to go for a move there would be committing suicide. That would be like jumping over a bridge or something like that. Like absolutely terrible. If you look behind, you have the Red Bull now. That's actually also beginning to catch up. So this might be a 3-way battle for the second spot on the podium. Hamilton's absolutely gone. There's no chance of catching him. With 2 laps remaining, we have to defend from 2 people. Hopefully they'll get into kind of a battle of the last 10, so we can be able to, so we'll be secure on this second place. But it is, the pressure's beginning to build up. Now we have to keep it clean for just 2 laps, which is not a lot. But if we make a mistake here, it's over. He's waiting for us. He's trying to push us into a mistake. He's waiting for it. So one mistake we do, and it is absolutely gone. As I said, you can see the Red Bull of Pierre Gasly, I think that is beginning to catch up right up. Oh, that's Max Verstappen, actually. It's beginning to put up right up to Ras, so he's getting it in as well. 2 laps now remaining. Max Verstappen getting fastest lap of the race now. I just thought it was myself, but then I got kind of disappointed when I saw this freaking Maxi boy, Max Verstappen. George Russell is out of the race, which is not a surprise, but with 2 laps to go, that's kind of sad that he's out of his home race, but oh well, Williams, that's Williams for you right there. Williams every single race, either lacking 4 laps behind or dying. Final lap of the race, we're 3 on a row right behind each other. It looks like there's a back marker out in the distance who will end up getting this last podium position now. It is the Williams of Sergei Sorokin, the lonely Williams, because his teammate is just retired. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. So Leclerc there, hopefully Verstappen will go for a move on Leclerc, which will cost him some time. Now let's see if we can get this before Magnussen and Beckett, so we won't get held up. We squeeze ourselves through. How about Leclerc goes as well? But it looks like Verstappen has been called up, so he's definitely out of this battle for the last half lap. Leclerc will have to go for a crazy move, or we have to make a mistake if we're not going to get the second place. Now, a couple of corners to go. Lewis Hamilton is the race winner. Can we get him a 1-2? It looks like it. There's still one overtaking spot to go, and if we have to make a mistake, that's the only way he'll be able to get past us. We break into the final corner, now coming out of the penultimate corner. Final corner we go through now, and it's a 1-2 for us in the Mercedes. Insane defensive driving over the last 10 laps, a bit aggressive, but oh well, that's how it is. We come up to pick up a second place here in the British Grand Prix, the home here of Lewis Hamilton winning the race, and it is a 1-2 for Mercedes. So you can see rounding off the podium is Charles Leclerc, and behind that you have Max Verstappen, Nico Hülkenberg getting home a 5th place, Roman Grosjean 6th, and another Renault in 7th. So that battle is quite interesting, to be honest, and it will keep on going for all the season. You can see they're very close on points as well, so in drivers as well, but oh well, we'll see how that ends up. We're leading by 31 points now, the constructors over Red Bull, so that shows that we're doing good now. In terms of rivalry and shit, you can see that Hamilton fucking wins it all, over us at least, and we won over our other rival of Pierre Gasly. So we have quite a bit of resource points which we're going to be using quite instantly on some motor or engine upgrades, because that's kind of what we need at the moment. But other than that, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I made your day just a little bit better. Remember to like and subscribe. Sorry for the lost footage, but oh well, that's what happens. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.